That's the reason why you do it, right? Because you think about it, like after everything is gone, no matter what stage a person makes it in his career, whether he makes a lot of money or not or whatever, I've always said it like this. A person listening to you, they're giving themselves over to you, mind, body, and soul for 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, they're like, here, you can have me, right? What you gonna put in there? At the end of the day, after those 3 minutes are up, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make them remember just you, or you gonna give them something that's gonna give them the power to be able to get through, like you said, these tough times. So I'm very, very about that. So your words go straight to the heart, straight to the heart. I think the biggest thing is, like, since I'm transforming and constantly growing in that area, it just comes out. Over the years, I've took music from being like, music is it in and of itself for me, as looking at it as like, hold on, this is a tool. It's a very, very powerful tool. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're going to use it to get through that work day. Another person's going to use it to, deal with this traffic jam that they're dealing with, what I'm saying, on their way to work. This person just went through a crazy breakup or a crazy situation, and they need something to give them. Like, we're using music. It's not like it's its own entity. We use it as a tool, right? So to be able to convey messages, to be able to get people through those times, I feel like, it's just naturally a part of who I am, because that's what I'm doing on a daily. When I'm out, I'm speaking to people, constantly trying to give them strength to get through the things that get, I'm a life coach without official title, you know what I mean? So, that's just what translates on the records, I feel like I always say, like, when I go into the studio and I'm writing and I go into the booth, I take a bunch of people with me. I take all the burdens. I take all the way that they feel and what I went through and what I met, and I sat with this person. And, like, I'm talking about serious. I go out on the nature or whatever, and I'll run across, just happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Some guy was just out there. His life was crushed. And he was like, Nissim was like, I got to talk to you. And I stood there with him, man, for an hour and a half. We're just talking about his life and whatever. That's a song. You know what I'm saying? He needs music to get through that, So I think it just comes out. So when it comes to the beat side, making beats or production, and it comes to the rapping, now, a lot of people don't know, but it's up there. But my mother and my father were both part of the first hip hop groups in Seattle. So they actually pioneered rap in Seattle. So I don't know if I had a chance at anything else, you know what I mean, growing up as a kid. So initially my first love was just music, rapping, singing, when they had those old school camcorders with the big tapes in it, when they're filming me, I was ready to dance. I got what you want. I got Michael Jackson for you. At least until I was 7 or 8 years old, nobody could have told me I wasn't Michael Jackson. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was in it, like, really on the entertainment side. And then after you get a little older, I think I was 8 years old. I think it was 8 years old. My uncle bought me my first beat machine. So I had a Roland, Roland Groove Box. It was a Groove Box machine. Never forget it. And I had to learn how to make beats. They didn't know how to do it. They just knew I was into music. So it was sort of like, okay, well, I don't have beats. So now if I can make my beats, you know what I mean? That was sort of like, and I just started learning, and it was sort of like hand in hand. But I don't think it was ever a moment where I was just like, okay, I'm going to just stick with the production tip. Some people, like, they do both, and it's like, okay, as a rapper, I want to make my beats also. But then they just start making beats that you end up choosing, you know what I mean? So I just still feel like the entertainment piece and being able to rap, whether spitting bars or throw some melodies on something, was always much more of my love. So I sort of that definitely takes precedence over the production for me.